Hey y'all, I hope y'all having a blessed, positive day, chosen champs. And this video is just to, for anybody who is dealing with gluttony. This is just for awareness. This is just to be real about my struggles that I have been going through with gluttony. This is just my bank statements of what I've been spending my money on. As you see, most of it is food. It says, "Be not among drunkards or among gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the gluttony will come to poverty." So as you can see in the last slide, how much money I have been spending on food. That's a definite problem. And it has to change. It has to change. So I'm looking at Philippians 3, verse 19. It says, "Their end is destruction, and their God is their belly." Wow. My end is destruction, and my God is my belly. And they glory in their shame, with mind set on earthly things. Wow. The Bible is telling you, if you have made your belly an idol, if you have made food your God, it says he's telling me that my mind is set on earthly things, worldly things. I have allowed my belly and my appetite to take control of my life. And I think overeating, binge eating, overindulging, no one really talks about it. No one really talks about it. No one speaks on it. And it's very important. It's very important. It says your mind is set on earthly things. So because my mind is set on earthly things, I'm not producing fully in the spirit. I'm not producing fully in the spirit because my mind is set on earthly things. My mind is set on what I'm going to eat next. My mind is set on what can I spend my money on to eat. My mind is set on satisfying my belly. My mind is not set on fully on spiritual things. Because the time that I should be committed to God is the time that I'm driving around looking what I'm going to eat. The time that I should be setting on God, I'm riding around looking for my next spot to overindulge in. And it says my mind is set on earthly things. That's why I can't be fully productive spiritually. God can't fully use me because I done made an idol of my belly. He can't fully use certain parts of me because I have idolized food. I have idolized my appetite before God. That's like saying you have a clean house, but only your living room is clean, or only your dining room is clean, and your bedroom is not clean. I have let God clean me up, and addiction to drugs, addiction to alcohol, fornicating, having SXX. I have let him clean me up in that area, but we're not opening him up and letting him clean us in that other area. So we can't say we have a clean house. We can't say that we're focused on God spiritually, fully, if we have that part of us that we're not letting God into. We're overlooking it. It's one of the most overlooked sins because no one talks about it. No one talks about it. It's one of the hardest things to change when you have allowed yourself to idolize and have given your mind over to the worldly things, the earthly things. God could use us more if we just eat better. I promise you, I would be making more videos. I would be more productive because I would have more energy. My back wouldn't be hurting as much. I wouldn't be breaking out as much, discolorating as much if I just eat better. It says in 1 Corinthians 10:31, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. Are you glorifying God by what you're putting in your mouth? Are you glorifying God by what are you eating? Are you letting God tell you what to eat? Are you eating lively things, fruits, vegetables, things that nourish your body, that keeps you going? Or are you eating the things that's hurting you? Are you eating the things that ultimately leads to a faster expiration date? You know, you got to use keywords here. But I also want y'all to look up, this is how bad it is. In Proverbs 23, verse 1 through 3. He says, put a blank to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Look that up. It's that bad. If you have given yourself to appetite, put a blank to your throat. Oh my. Put a blank to your throat. Look at that. Proverbs 23, verse 1 through 3. Look in your Bible, Google it, whatever. But read that. That's how bad it is. What's the number one cause of expiration date? What's the number one way that people are expiring? Heart disease is the leading cause of expiration date in both men and women. Heart disease, the number one. What are the leading risk factors? How do you get heart disease? High blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity. High blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity. It's right there. It's the number one leading cause of how people expire in the world. Because nobody is talking about that addiction. We can talk about drugs, we can talk about everything else. Even in the church, we're not talking about it enough. And it's the number one leading cause. We have to change. We got to change this. We got to change this. We're going to have to fast our way through it. If you can't get control of this, if you can't let it go, we're going to have to fast our way through this thing. Because I don't want nothing taking a hold of me and taking over my destiny. You are allowing this thing to cause you not to live your life fully. You are allowing this thing to hold you back. You know, if you stop overindulging, have more self-control, you know how much more God can use you. You know how much more productive you can be spiritually. But it's something that's been holding you back. It's something that's been holding me back. And it's the spirit of gluttony. But we're speaking and claiming we're going to get delivered out of this. And y'all going to watch me get delivered out of this. You're going to watch me get rid of this. You're going to watch me. Because I want to let God in all parts of me, all parts of my home, all rooms. I want him to clean every part of me, not just some. Not just some. Because I don't want to expire before the time I'm supposed to expire. I don't want to be unproductive and not work on my craft. To be honest, I know I would post more. I know that I would be more bold more. And even today, the Lord spoke to me and told me to speak to a group of people. And I felt ashamed because I was there in a spirit of gluttony. I was at the ice cream spot and I was there to overindulge. And I felt ashamed. I felt like I didn't look the part. So many things was trying to hold me back from speaking. And I allowed the spirit of gluttony to win for that moment. But God has already won the battle. So it's time. It's time for us to work on being better with that spirit. All right. Peace, you guys. All right, chosen champs. I love y'all.